Hey guys, how are you? So I have been given a prompt to turn my camera on today and talk about essentially about the election, but we're zooming out. We're zooming out, as I'm sure you won't be surprised about, considering that's what we do here. And that's what we're here to do now anyway in general. So I got prompted to set my stuff up here. I've got with my pillow that I always keep this on this chair here, but it's from Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. No one gets left behind. No one gets left behind or forgotten. That includes people you don't like. Because guess what? Everyone and everything is God, source, love that can never be broken. Everything and everyone has a soul, is spirit, is God. Unless it's loving, it's not real. That doesn't mean that someone is a soulless NPC that isn't part of God. Everything is God. It's just an illusion that we're masking over top of truth if it's not coming from a place of love. With that being said, there is no one outside of oneself. There's only oneself and God. And oneself is God. So everything external is blank. There is literally nothing there. It is a very good way to say it, a blank canvas that you are painting and wiping clean in each now. And everything oneself has designed, signed up for, everything one navigates through, everything one sees and feels, one signs up for, agrees to, chooses. You choose to be miserable. You choose to be happy. You choose to be scared. You choose to be in joy. Our true state of being is joy, love, peace, happiness, bliss, without opposition, all of that, without opposition. We choose to cling to the oppositional happiness, the oppositional love, the oppositional goodness, which is watered down versions of what we truly are because we are playing with the illusion of opposition. So, with all that being said, there's 3 spaces we can sit in when it comes to this election or anything, really. We're just focusing in on the election because that's what is surfaced right now, and it's for good reason. So there's 3 places we can sit in. We can be excited about the results and happy and go, yeah, we won. Or we can be miserable and scared and go, oh, fuck, we failed and God has left us. Or, because I'm seeing both, or we can choose to put ourselves outside of those boxes, because those are boxes that we choose to put ourselves in. So you can choose to not put yourself in those boxes and go, I see you for what you truly are, that you are one with me. You are energy playing a role I'm asking of it. And I honor and I thank energy for playing this role for me. Now, am I bothered by something? Yes. Okay. So what's within myself that I'm bothered by? What's one thought, one feeling? Do a visual where I'm giving that thought feeling away to spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, and then remind myself the truth. All is God. All is working for me and all, not against me, all. We are all love. We're all one. This is a dream I'm making up. There is nothing outside myself. We are all family. We are all one. We're not even technically separate souls. You don't have a spirit team separate from an other. We play pretend. I definitely have my spirit team that I cling to. I do that though with the acknowledgement that they are one with me and technically all is my spirit team. They're just waiting for me to accept the fact that we are one, and truly where I'm already at and never left, I have accepted that. I am it. I am that oneness. I never stopped. So with Trump, with Harris, I live in Canada, so we'll say with Trudeau, with Ford, all of it. I have my judgments. I'm not going to name who and where. In fact, I have judgments. I'll just say I have judgments toward every single one of them. I have judgments toward myself. I have judgments toward people that I'm acquainted with and situations that I navigate through and that I see around me. I'm aware of it though, and I recognize that if I'm bothered and in judgment towards something, that's opportunity for me to go within and work on myself. And I need to thank whatever it is outside in my external that is reflecting at me, because it's giving me that opportunity to do that work on myself. We are all family. We are literally all one. No one gets left behind or forgotten. We are all home now. Where am I? Here. Home now. We've never left. We are here now. Home now. It's literally a projected blanket around home that we're choosing to push out from ourselves and blanket. It's not real. What time is it? Now. There is no past. There is no future. There's only an ever present now. And in now, energy plays as one allows it. And the truth again of what it always is love, God's source. Through the dark, it just got a little bit more dark in here. It's a little cloudy out. I might actually turn some lights on to brighten it up. But through the dark, this dark is made up and it's not real. But there's light. See, it's like it's a little bit, it's kind of funny because it's a little bit brighter right around my crown chakra, which again, it's all just metaphor of this light is what actually is. And I choose, this is coming from me, and I choose where I allow this light to shine through the dark, and where I choose to no longer blanket that light with the dark. Not that dark's bad, it's just not real. And it allows us to be what we truly are within opposition. So those who are giving us the illusion of opposition, the illusion of fear, attack, pain, hurt, that's actually a gift that they're giving us, because that means that we get to be what we truly are. So hang on, actually, one second. There. So is there something to be said about taking calls to action if you get that prompt to help? Absolutely. I help where I can. That being said, though, there is a difference between that egoic, I want to help because I want to be a good person and the world is broken and I need to help people and I need to fix the world and there's this bad and there's this wrong and I see this person as weak and victim and broken, and that is where we have been sitting and where I can feel, and I even cling to that still too. But I can also, and again, where I'm feeling ick, that's still judgment, but I can feel that ick, which is just that springboard to bounce me away from, that's not where I want to be, because that is ego. It's not coming from a place of, because the flip side and where we can come from with helping others is coming from that place of, which I just talked about with that, that gift where it's, we get to experience what we truly are within the illusion of opposition. That's where we can, stem our help from, being in that space of, I see you as you truly are. You are energy playing a role for me that is allowing me to be what I truly am: loving, giving, grateful, kind, compassionate. You see someone homeless asking for money and you give them money. You can be in a space of, they're homeless and I'm helping them out and I'm a good person because I help them out and yada, yada, yada. And I hope that that helps them and that their lives can get better. You can be in that space. There's no wrong in that. It's just, again, that's an ego illusion loop. What you can do, and what I try and do in these moments, is go, thank you. I honor you for playing this role for me, where I get to be that being of what I truly am, which is giving and love and compassion. You let me play that within the illusion of opposition, and what a gift that is. You gifted me that. I see you as the light being that you actually are, gifting me this moment to be what I truly am within illusion. Thank you. And honor them for the light being that they actually are. There's a difference there. That's going from, I'm a good person and I'm helping out and they're weak and they're this, even if you're not actually calling them weak. When you're looking at an other in a place of they need my help and I want to be a good person and I want to help the world and I want to fix things, that is coming from a place of egoic judgment, saying something is wrong that needs to be fixed, rather than coming from a place of everything is working out exactly as it should. Energy is playing exactly as I'm allowing it to. Everything outside of myself is a reflection that I'm clinging to within. And it's a gift where I get to be able to be what I truly am within illusion of opposition. And I honor and I thank all for playing these roles, including myself. So we can take that and bring that to election type stuff. If you're getting a call to take action when it comes to things like this, then that's cool. There's no wrong in that. You're getting that call for a reason. You're playing your role perfectly. It's just also super, 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 super important to remember to zoom out and do this inner work. Remember, the arrow is always pointing back toward yourself because there is only oneself and God, and oneself is God. And in fact, there's not even an arrow, because an arrow means that there's a direction going one way or the other. It's here now. But it's just the point with the arrow. It's the point of it's always you. It's all you, baby, because there is no other. It's all you. So with that being said, hang on. With that being said, we can choose to sit in ego and go, this person's bad, this person's wrong. God help us. God help our world. God help our country because we've pushed God out and all this is just fucking up and we're doomed and we're screwed. Or we can choose again to put ourselves outside those boxes and go, all right, this is a dream I'm making up, and right now I'm making it into a nightmare, and it's up to me to go within and do my mental cleanup and turn it into a dream of truth, because it is myself that is making this up. Time to pull up our bootstraps and get to work. No more of this victim and self-pitying and sitting in fear. And again, I struggle with this stuff too, guys. Anyone who has talked to me personally and has sat with me, from people who I no longer talk to people who I currently talk to, it's not a secret. I struggle and I lose my shit still. This past week, I've had moments where I've lost my fucking shit over the smallest things to some big stuff. I won't deny that. I have had moments where I'm getting better. I'm not at this point anymore, but particularly, especially in my first year of awakening, I looked and sounded fucking crazy at points. And that's a judgment. I know I played my role perfectly. I'm pointing out, I am there too. I do struggle with these things. It is stuff I'm still working on. Everything I'm saying in this are all reminders for myself. And I absolutely 1010% recognize that. And I work on this stuff actively. Everything I'm saying right now, I know I'm saying to myself. And I need to listen to this and I need to keep working on it. And I do as such. So with all that being said, I am getting a prompt to pull Yeshua in. And just, he's here. I mean, as in, convey messages from him. I can feel his prominence. Like I can feel I'm allowing him to surface. And I know that there's something to be said about I'm being directed, which spirit source I'm one with is directing me. See, resistance is kicking in. See, I resist too. That right there is resistance. I'm like, okay, here we go. About to pull in Yeshua. I'm about to allow Yeshua through more. So I'm resisting. So I'm saying this with recognizing that I'm one with when I'm being with what's directing me to do this. So, all right, hang on. Okay, so I'm just give me a second to just establish myself, and because I've been a little, just talking, and I just need to focus in more on Yeshua. Hang on. Just bear with me. It might take me a moment to, I don't think I'm trancing him. I need to just take a moment to just quieten myself and hear what he's saying. Right away, I'm feeling laughter. And like loving laughter. It's, anyone who's tapped into this knows what I'm talking about when it comes to like this laughter from spirit, what we truly are. I'm asking for help with my words. It's ethereal. It's very loving. It is ethereal. It's a knowing laughter, endearment, very much finding it. I can feel how and why we laugh with this and find it so silly. All of it is just a huge joke, and I can see, feel, hear that. So I just got a visual of Yeshua. He's looking very, for me, it's, so I don't cling to this. I mean, I still have stuff where I'm clinging to things inside myself. I know what it is. I'm still working on deprogramming my made up Catholicism programs. I made it up. It's all mine, made up. But I grew up Catholic and I'm still clinging to some stuff that I'm like, as in, so for me, so clinging to things as in, when oftentimes when Yeshua presents to me, it's easy for him to present to me in that stereotypical Catholic looking Yeshua type. You know, that's not in within one illusion linear time, that wouldn't have been what he would have necessarily looked like from where he grew up in the world, right? It's just, but that is the image that I've grown up seeing. So for him to present to me looking like that, that is what's easy. That's what I allow through. At the same time, I am seeing more and more, not just with him, with anyone, which again, we're all one anyway. I am also seeing more and more just light being. I'm allowing the actual light being to show rather than the costume that I've chosen to put over top of these light beings, of the light being that we all truly are. So for me, he very much often presents as that stereotypical Catholic. He just tickled my foot, exactly Catholic looking Yeshua. So for to help you guys kind of establish what I'm seeing, that's the version of Yeshua I'm seeing. It's what works for me. And remember, time isn't linear. All versions are playing out, yet none of it's actually happening. So he's not limited to literally any one skin color, clothing, country, means of transitioning. All of it, all versions are playing out, yet none of it's actually happening. And like I said, I got tickled. He just tickled me on my foot as I'm saying this stuff. So thank you for that. Hang on, sorry. Okay, so, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm getting a little uncomfortable on the floor, which again, uncomfortability is not necessary. It's helpful, as everything is. It's not necessary. So I am trying to be in a space of surrender right now with I'm like, even with sitting like this, I don't need to be uncomfortable and I can just surrender it, and I never need to be uncomfortable again. So I'm working on it. I have moments where it does kick in. I'll be in pain or something and I'll do that, and within several minutes to half an hour I'll realize that the pain is gone. But it's just I haven't got there on that consistent basis yet. So okay, so Yeshua, all right, what are you saying? So yeah, I got a visual of him touching the top of my head, kind of stroking it, smiling. I heard I did hear my child at the same time. So it's very, very, very loving. One reason why he said and did that is because he knows I enjoy that. I like hearing that and I like feeling that, because it does feel very, it almost feels like you're a child being welcomed in by by something even more than a parent, because there's just this unconditional love that I have yet to experience through a physical human. It's so beyond. And I do like this feeling. So this is one reason why, because I allow him to come through this way and say and do that. That being said, there's that acknowledgement. He's not patting me on the head going, my child, pat, pat, pat. It's very loving and very endearing and giving me that feeling of, this is why he's doing this. It gives that feeling of unconditional love and safety and embrace, my child. You're embraced fully. You are mine. I am you. I am yours and you are mine. It's very much stemming. Well, talk about distracting yourself away from truth and what's actually here. So bring in Yeshua and get the very strong, beautiful message of I am yours and you are mine. We are one. Technically, That's ding, ding, exactly. We are one. And what happens? My phone falls, and then I snap on spirit for that. And then I get a phone call, which allowed me to work through, which was it was it was actually kind of funny. My friend Julie called me just as I'm in the middle of telling off spirit for letting my phone fall. And that she helped me navigate through that, helped me do my self work on that, and focus on what the truth of this is, which is essentially, that was a straight up example. And I'm going to get back into this and back into what we were just talking about in a second here. Straight up pure example of how we distract ourselves. It's, again, energy plays as we allow. Everything outside of ourselves is something we're making up. And by allowing my camera to fall the way it did, it was a distraction that distracted me from where I was at, which is allowing more of what's real through, which is Yeshua, love, and the fact that we are one. We're literally talking about I am yours, you are mine, which is another way of saying we are one. And see, there's the resistance right there, which is my throat clogging up. And immediately as that happened, phone falls. I might keep the phone falling in depending on what you can. I'm not wearing anything where I feel like comfortable, like being on camera, where I'm like standing up and walking around and stuff like that. So and like I'm still working on my insecurities about myself and whatnot, and I know I'm not my character. I'm still clinging to this stuff. So I'm just, depending on like what it looks like as the phone falls, I may or may not keep it in. But I assure you, my phone fell just as I said. I conveyed that he's like, I am yours, you are mine, and phone falls. So, and then I got a phone call right at the like impeccable divine perfect timing. So that was really cool. So with that being said, Yeshua was pointing out, I am yours, you are mine. And that's very much that's where that whole his hand on the top of my head saying my child, that's where that is stemming from. So with that, I'm seeing now more so it's like the top of my head, and I'm still seeing a hand, but it's also very much like white source light, and it's just glowing and expanding outwards. And it's expanding outwards. I'm getting that feeling reminder that, and that I mean, I know, but it's just being again conveyed to me about how like, so that expansion, and I'm seeing how like that blankets everyone, and it's like that includes Trump. You're not outside of him. He's not outside of you. He's not outside of Yeshua. Yeshua's not outside of you. We are all one. So I'm seeing that the light expansion, and it's that accept it. He's right there within it, and you cannot be separate from him. And then there's that reminder of how, again, we are not these characters. Beautiful, playful roles. We aren't to judge. We don't judge. Honor thyself. I'm hearing honor thyself. And like the feeling along with honor thyself is, again, it's that recognition of, well, pointing out the pillow again. Ohana means family. We are family. We are one. We are one. Honor that. Honor the oneness that we truly are together. That innocence that we truly are together. That love that we truly are together. They're prompting me. Hang on one second. So they, as I say they, like it's, Yeshua's very like surfaced and forward. I say they because I can feel it's not just Yeshua. It's not just me. It's all. And like, we are one. Again, I don't know how it works. This is how I don't understand how it works though, because I can see and feel we're all one at the same time. You can tell you're not alone, and it's a lot. We're not separate souls and not separate spirits. At the same time, you want to say it is a lot of spirit. But it's, again, we're all one. So when I say they, it's because you can feel you're not alone, even though we are one. And I'm feeling it's how, like, I can feel it's not just this single little energy. It's big, and it feels like it's not just one, even though it is one. And it's feeling very loving. So I was getting the prompt. camera angle's not great. I'm sorry, guys. I do the best I can with this stuff. And yes, I've got some dusting and cleaning I need to do. I recognize that. Anyway, he's prompting me to read to you guys. I just mentioned my friend Julie, and I'll share this in the description below, in case you're wanting to go back and repeat this and you don't want to keep like having to hit play or anything like that. So when you think of, so it doesn't matter if you're for or against him, so thinking of Trump, Harris, yourself, your friends, family, people you like, people you don't like, especially particularly if you're in a place of ego judgment. Anytime you think of someone, even in general, it's good to practice this even if you're in a place of love. This is good to practice anytime you think of anyone. You can say, now, like I said, my friend Julie had given me these words the other day. I already do similar things, help me see them as I see thyself, I see the light being you truly are, trying to visualize the light being the actual are. Like I say and do these things already, just in different words. And these words are what I'm being highlighted right now to share with you guys. And I'm going to also share Julie's YouTube in the description as well. So, so you can say this anytime you think of someone. So you are enough. I don't need anything from you. You are as you are. Sorry. You as you are the gift. I know all our needs are provided for because we are love. So, like I said, I was getting the prompt to share those words. These things help us be outside of these boxes. So, yeah, so Yeshua was highlighting those words for me to share with you guys. And I'm seeing him like he's like doing a guidance of like pulling us into his chest, like into a hug, having a sip beside him. I'm seeing that bench under the tree in the park, in that ethereal space of home, heaven, another part of a more zoomed out simulation, whatever you want to call it. It's just representation of that invite of sitting with him, sitting with truth, surrendering this stuff to him, to truth, to source, to what we truly are. So just give me a second. I'm just asking him. I'm just conveying to him, which he knows, but just for myself, I'm conveying to him. I need to kind of let myself settle a little bit to kind of reestablish hearing a bit more, sink a bit more into hearing what he's saying. There, that's a good way to say it. My foot just got tickled. Thank you. We're here with you always. Here to help guide you through and out of this. You are the gift. So he's acknowledging, like, when you're saying this stuff, we pointed out, but he's surfacing right now if you go to say those things and give that gratitude and honor the gift that these roles are, honor and gift, and see yourself as that gift as well. I'm hearing like Mufasa, it is time. And then it goes into step up and take responsibility for this dream that we're making up. It's beautiful. No wrong's been done. Nothing to be ashamed of. There is no shame needed. We are ready to start taking responsibility, though. It's very strong. It's a very, 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 very strong feeling. I'm like, very strong feeling right in my core of like, no more of this. Like, it's almost like, it's like that, like, we're going to be firm. It's very loving, very with a lot of compassion, no anger, no judgment, just very strong and like blunt, like, time to step up. Like, you guys know what this is, and you're willfully choosing to cling on to all this other crap. Illusion, ego, shadow. They're laughing because they know I'm judging the word crap. It's not, it's very playful with the word crap. It's not a judge. The spirit isn't judging it as crap. It's a very playful way for them to communicate with us, illusion, ego, shadow. We're willfully choosing to cling on to this stuff, which we've always have been. It just, we're more and more aware of this. We know what this is. Especially if you've come across this and you've watched this, especially to this point, you know what this is, and it's time to step it up. And I'm seeing, like, I'm getting a nod, and this is going toward, like, this is expanding out to everybody. Like, we're not here anymore for this whole thing of us versus them, and this person's doing bad. No more finger pointing. We don't do the finger pointing anymore. Take the call to action. If we get that prompt at the same time, it's really important to do that self-work. So I'm feeling like I'm seeing an expansion with that whole, like, time to take responsibility. And it's, like I said, a very core, strong feeling of what I just said. It's time. And again, it is very loving. It's solid and it's firm and it's not coddling. It is very loving, though. It is also very, very loving. There's a lot of compassion. There's a lot of understanding. They're recognizing. I'm seeing him smiling and nodding, and even laughter. Again, laughter. It's playful and it's loving, but it's laughter as in, again, we laugh with everything, and that laughter is there. It's just, there is that also that nodding and that understanding of that, knowing that, yes, there can be that struggle, and there's that compassion of, we recognize there's that pretend battle within yourself, but that's what the spiritual war is clinging to the illusion, ego, shadow, versus letting it go and accepting what this is and taking responsibility and doing that self-work. He's saying you're so supported, though. So supported. So supported. More than what you realize, remember. Carried and held through it all. Laughter again. And he's pointing out how much I are going to laugh when we remember how not real any of this is, and how carried and supported we really are, and how much we try to choose to cling to our own control. And we're going to go almost like face palm when we see how easy and smooth and beautiful and loving and abundant and whole and happy and joyful and euphoric things actually are when we let go of what we think is control, and when we let go of control that we think is helping us, and everything is helpful. It's just this level of control with these characters and under ego. When we let that go and we give up control to what we truly are, he's definitely conveying to me how much we're gonna laugh and facepalm, which is where we truly are at, as we know and see all of this. It's just that little pretend blip where we get that hit. So he's just conveying that feeling with that. So hang on. Yeah, and now I'm hearing in my head from High School Musical where I'm not gonna sing it. I can't. No, we're all in this together. Hang on. Again, talk about distracting myself. I went to, I'll explain what I just did here in a second. But with what I was just doing, my camera fell, and then the sun went behind the clouds, and I had to turn my lights back on. So I had to get up and down a few times, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? But again, this is me distracting myself from truth, and it makes sense because of what I'm about to share, which is what I had been receiving from Yeshua, which was song lyrics, which I'm not going to try and sing. And I was blurring in my head, I was mixing up some of the lyrics in my head, but I was just going to kind of go off because I know the song. I know the song off by heart, and I've listened to it many times. I mean, I listened to it a lot when the movie first came out. But with that being said, I was just going to kind of go off of what I was getting, even with my own blurring stuff in my head, mixing things up in my own head. But I was getting the urge to look up the lyrics, and I'm glad that I did, because it was actually making me want to cry. I don't know if I'm going to end up crying now, but when I was reading through and like looking at it again, I was like, oh my, and it was powerful and it was making me want to cry. And you guys might laugh at me because of what the song is and where it's coming from, if I haven't said already. So laugh at me all you want, that's fine. But it is beautiful and it is powerful, particularly if you look at it from such a zoomed out point of view, a perspective truth. So the song is We're All in This Together from High School Musical. And what's being highlighted, no, I'm not going to try singing. What's being highlighted is we're all in this together. Once we know that we are all stars, and we see that we're all in this together, and it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. And then it goes together, 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 everyone, together, together. Come on, let's have some fun. Together, together. We're there for each other every time. Together, together. Come on, let's do this right. And then it goes on to say, we're all, this is where it's making me want to cry. I feel stupid. They're like, let yourself cry. I know. Every time I go to start reading, I go to start crying. We're all here. Oh my God, I feel so stupid for crying. We're all here and speaking out with one voice. We're gonna rock the house. The party's on. Now everybody make some noise. We've arrived because we stuck together. Champions, one and all. And then the chorus repeats. So it's you know, that's why I said I know you guys might find it'll say it's a High School Musical song. But when you look at, like, because the beginning part talks about we're different in our own way, yet we make each other strong. We're not actually different. We're pretending like we're different. But yes, together everything is helpful, and together we do make each other strong. We are one, and we make it. We are already there. We are home now. We've already made it, and we allow that through. We allow the true limitlessness that we actually are through this when we allow what we truly are together, which is the fact that we are one. We are one voice. You're not separate. I'm not separate. We're not separate from anyone or anything. So I know why Yeshua is putting that in my head, and he's wanting me to talk about this right now, because it is such a strong, true message. My foot just got stroked right now, the bottom of my foot. We are all in this together. And we need to see that we are one. If we are in judgment toward anyone or anything, that is merely opportunity for oneself to go within and work on some type of illusion, ego, shadow that one is clinging onto, because all that is a projection of that, and it's a metaphor of that in some way. There is nothing external. This entire world is a blank canvas. So yeah, I'm seeing excuse me, I'm seeing Yeshua, and he's like, wrap it up. Like it's like a movie, like wrap it up. And I was like, why am I seeing him? It seems so like doesn't, like, I don't usually see Yeshua so much like that. Like he's so like, I still see him usually so ethereal, but even though like he can come through very humorous, like has a wicked sense of humor. But I am seeing him very much like wrap it up, and he's wearing like a director's cap and everything, and kind of like Ron Howarding it a little bit. And I was just like, what? And then it hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, it would make sense, because that's what this is. It's just a movie we're making up. Everyone's just energy playing a role, acting a role for oneself, and oneself is that energy. So and we love the movies. It's entertaining. It's you know, and so it's, I mean, not everyone, I mean, I'm sure there's people that doesn't love movies, but you know, movies, stories, plays, songs, you know, all of that. It's art, you know, it's expression, all that, you know, it's playful and it's fun. Video games, like pick something you know, even sports, you know, pick something. It's you're playing around with a role, with some sort of, you know, expression. And again, zooming even further out, if it's, unless it's loving, it's not real. But with that being said, it's all just, it's just gameplay, and it's just pretend, and it's just fun. It's art. It's a simulation. It's a blank canvas that you're painting and wiping clean in each now. So yeah, so he's very much like, wrap it up. This is where we want to leave it with. That's what we want to convey right now. So there you go. It's this video is a little bit longer than what I was expecting it to be, but yeah, it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be, and this is where we let go of expectations anyway. The one thing we can't expect is for all pain to turn to joy, though. So all right, thanks you guys for watching, for listening, for subscribing. Thank you for playing the roles that you're playing. I recognize that we are one, all is God, and I am working on accepting and allowing that more and more. I want to say every day, but there's only now, so I guess we can say each now. All right, thanks you guys. I love you. In truth, we are all in love with each other. We are one. So I love you, and as always, have a wonderful now.